The Boston Celtics are currently riding an impressive winning streak, with 7 consecutive victories under their belt. This strong performance comes at a crucial point in the season as the team approaches the final stretch of the regular season, just weeks away from the playoffs. However, despite the team's success, there are still significant concerns surrounding the health of key players, and it's becoming increasingly important for the Celtics to have their full roster at its best as the playoffs approach. Officially, the countdown to the end of the regular season has begun, with 9 games still left to play. It seems that the team is playing their best basketball exactly when it matters most. However, even though they are sitting comfortably in second place in the Eastern Conference, just behind the Cleveland Cavaliers, this may actually benefit the Celtics. One of the key reasons is that the team has been excelling in away games, which has been a key factor in their recent success. Recently, they managed to defeat the 10th-place team from the Western Conference, a victory that adds to the growing confidence around the Celtics. Nevertheless, the concerns about injuries are very much present, and they have not been fully addressed. There are still significant questions about the status of several crucial players, and it's important to closely monitor how they perform with just 9 games remaining in the regular season. 2 players, in particular, have caught the attention of fans and analysts alike, both of whom have been battling injuries over the last couple of weeks. One player is dealing with a knee injury, while the other suffered an ankle sprain in a recent game. Let's start with the player who has been struggling with a longer-term injury, as the situation is particularly noteworthy. Despite the challenges posed by his injury, he has shown incredible resilience and is continuing to contribute to the team in a major way. Since being diagnosed with a knee impingement, he has missed 3 consecutive games, but his performance in the games he has been able to play shows that he is still able to make a significant impact on the court. In his most recent game, he scored 24 points in just 28 minutes of play, adding 5 rebounds and 3 assists to his stat line. His shooting was impressive, hitting 7 of 15 from the field and 4 of 9 from beyond the arc, numbers that are especially notable considering that he is not typically known for taking many three-point attempts. This performance was significant, as it demonstrated that even though he is not yet fully recovered from his knee injury, he can still play at a high level. It is important to note that he has been managing his physical condition while also dealing with the added challenge of fasting for 14 hours a day. This is a physical stress that is not easy to deal with, especially for an athlete who is trying to perform at the highest level possible. It is clear that despite the discomfort he is experiencing, he is doing everything he can to help his team win. Even though he may not be 100% healthy come playoff time, the fact that he can still play and contribute at such a high level is a testament to his determination and strength. His resilience is something that should not be overlooked, as he is continuing to perform despite significant physical challenges. His recent statements have provided insight into his condition, where he acknowledged that he is not yet at his best, but is working hard to align his physical and mental state with the demands of the game. He has mentioned that he is still in the process of recovery and is gradually regaining his strength, despite the limitations in his playing time. He has also noted that he is making progress, and while his body is still not entirely right, his performance in the most recent game was proof of his potential. During that game, there was a particular moment that showcased his ability to still make plays even while dealing with a major injury. He pulled off a beautiful fake and then finished with a powerful dunk, a move that suggests his knee is responding well, even if it is not fully healed. This should provide optimism as the team heads into the playoffs. Despite still dealing with this injury, he has proven that he can continue to perform at a high level, and that is what matters most as the team prepares for the postseason. It is encouraging to see that the coaching staff is managing his minutes carefully, ensuring that he is not playing too many minutes in any given game at this point in the season. With the Celtics needing every win they can get, it is reassuring to know that the coaching staff is being cautious with his health and limiting his exposure on the court. The team is being very deliberate in their management of his workload, ensuring that he does not wear himself out ahead of the crucial games in the playoffs. As the team moves closer to the playoffs, there is a sense of encouragement surrounding this player. While he may not be completely healthy, the key thing is that he is still able to play and contribute in a meaningful way. The careful management of his minutes by the coaching staff is an appreciated strategy, as there is no need for him to be playing 42 minutes every night, especially against a team that is currently sitting in the 10th spot in the Western Conference. This situation adds another layer to his rehabilitation process, as he has never had to deal with a knee injury of this nature in his career. This is significant, especially considering that he is about 28 years old and has dealt with other injuries over the course of the season. However, this knee injury introduces a new rehabilitation process that is made more challenging by the fasting during Ramadan and his commitment to helping the team secure victories in the final 9 games of the regular season. It's clear that even though he is not fully at 100%, he still has the ability to perform at an exceptional level, and this is something that cannot be ignored. Shifting focus to the other player who is currently dealing with an injury, it's worth noting that the start of the baseball season has officially arrived, and projections for the upcoming games have begun to surface. There are expectations for certain players to hit specific milestones throughout the season. If anyone is looking to make personal choices based on these projections, there's an easy way to go about it. Simply download the related app and use a promo code to take advantage of some deals. However, on the basketball side of things, there's been a situation with one player who missed a recent game after spraining his ankle. This player was forced to miss the following game, but there were conversations about how he managed to avoid a more serious injury, especially given his history with ankle problems over the years. Before being officially ruled out for the game, some footage was shared online showing him putting in some effort. The most telling takeaway from this situation is that he is determined and eager to compete, showing a massive amount of willpower. He was seen practicing immediately after the injury, which is impressive. Still, there's a concern about the need for rest, especially with the playoffs looming. While the player himself has mentioned that he feels okay and that the injury is only mildly painful, it is tough to watch him constantly pushing himself when what he really needs is time to recover. Overall, there is a sense of relief that he didn't play in the most recent game, as there was hope that the team would act cautiously and not allow him to play through the injury. Someone on the team needs to be the voice of reason, encouraging rest and recovery rather than pushing for more minutes on the court. At this stage in the season, the focus should really be on recovery, and it's good to see that the player seems to be taking the necessary steps toward that. Hopefully, this will allow him to return to his full strength in time for the playoffs. This situation is far from simple, and it will require constant monitoring. The key takeaway here is that recovery should be prioritized over playing through pain, and fortunately, it appears that the player is following the right path in this regard. Although he has yet to provide an official update on his injury, the fact that he was seen moving with enough energy to make a dunk during a recent game suggests that he is on the right track. This is a positive sign for the Celtics, and fans can feel optimistic about his recovery process as the playoffs get closer. Moving on to another crucial player for the Celtics, there's also an important development regarding a player who was plagued by injuries during the playoffs last season. This player has been struggling with an illness recently, but there's hope that he will be able to bounce back in time for the postseason. Just the other night, he shared his thoughts on his current condition, revealing that he had felt great in the last game, despite battling an infection. He acknowledged that his legs and breathing were not in optimal condition because of the illness, but on the following night, he was feeling much better before the game. He then went on to score an impressive 33 points, showcasing his resilience and ability to perform at a high level, even when not fully healthy. His performance demonstrated that, despite the challenges he's faced, he still has the ability to lead the team and make a major impact when it counts. It's clear that this player is someone the team is counting on in the playoffs. Even though he's been dealing with some health setbacks, he's been able to push through and show his value on the court. It's important to note that this player's performance is especially notable considering the physical limitations he's had to overcome. The Celtics are relying on him to be a key contributor as they push toward the playoffs, and his recent performances show that he's still capable of carrying the load. Despite the setbacks, he's been a consistent force for the team, and that is something that cannot be overlooked as the team heads into the final stretch of the season. Of course, with just a few games left in the regular season, the coaching staff is working diligently to ensure that all players are at their best when it matters most. There's been a careful balance of pushing players to perform at a high level while also ensuring they're given adequate time to rest and recover from injuries and illnesses. The Celtics coaching staff has been meticulous in managing the minutes of key players, ensuring that they're not overexerting themselves before the postseason begins. It's an essential part of preparing for the playoffs, as the team needs to enter the postseason with as many players healthy and in peak physical condition as possible. The team's success during this period of the regular season can be attributed to the resilience of the players and the careful management of their health. With so many key players battling injuries and illnesses, it's been a test of the team's depth and ability to overcome adversity. The fact that they've been able to maintain a high level of play despite these challenges speaks to the strength of the roster and the leadership of the coaching staff. It's also a testament to the mental toughness of the players who are dealing with physical setbacks but continue to give their all on the court. As the Celtics continue their push for the playoffs, the key players on the team will need to remain focused and healthy in order to succeed in the postseason. Every game from here on out is vital, as the team looks to secure the best possible playoff positioning. With just 9 games left in the regular season, the Celtics are doing everything they can to prepare for the challenges that lie ahead. They are hoping that their injured players will be able to recover in time and that they'll be able to enter the playoffs at full strength. It's clear that the Celtics have a lot of work ahead of them, but their recent play shows that they're more than capable of making a deep playoff run. Despite the injuries, they've been able to maintain a level of consistency and a winning mentality, which will be crucial as they enter the postseason. The challenge now is to continue playing at a high level while managing the health of the roster. The coaching staff will need to continue making smart decisions to ensure that the team stays fresh and ready for the most important games of the year. As for the players dealing with injuries, it will be interesting to see how they perform over the next few games. There's no question that these injuries are a concern, but if the players can manage their health and recover in time for the playoffs, the Celtics could be a real contender. The team has shown incredible resilience and determination throughout the season, and if they can keep this momentum going, they could be in for a successful playoff run. With the playoffs on the horizon, there's no time to waste. The Celtics need to continue winning games and building confidence as they head into the postseason. Every win is important, and every player will need to contribute if the team hopes to make a deep run in the playoffs. The pressure is on, but if the Celtics continue to focus on their health and keep playing at the high level they've shown over the past few weeks, they could be poised for a strong playoff performance. The next few games will be crucial in determining the team's fate. With key players still recovering from injuries and others battling illness, it's a critical time for the Celtics. They will need to rely on their depth and the leadership of their star players to navigate these challenges and finish the regular season strong. The coaching staff will play a key role in ensuring that the team is in the best possible shape when the playoffs arrive, and the players will need to continue showing the same level of resilience they've demonstrated thus far. As the Celtics move toward the postseason, they're in a good position to make a run, but there is still a lot of work to be done. The next 9 games will be pivotal in setting the tone for the playoffs, and every player will need to step up and give their best effort. With the right preparation and a little bit of luck on the injury front, the Celtics could be ready to make a serious playoff push and potentially compete for an NBA championship. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The Boston Celtics' pursuit of Trae Young has taken the NBA by storm, sparking excitement among fans and analysts alike. As one of the most dynamic point guards in the league, the thought of pairing Young with Boston's already talented roster has sent ripples of anticipation throughout the basketball world. His incredible vision, offensive skill set, and knack for stepping up in the clutch could be just what the Celtics need to push for an NBA championship. Young's performances this season have only added fuel to the fire of trade rumors, with his ability to drop 30-point games with ease and lead his team to victory in high-pressure moments. Just recently, he scored a jaw-dropping 43 points in a win over the Phoenix Suns, showcasing his lethal scoring ability and his continued development as one of the league's premier playmakers. With multiple 20-assist games this season, including a record-breaking 30-point, 20-assist, and game-winning three-pointer performance against the Los Angeles Lakers, Young has proven he can dominate in every facet of the game. For the Celtics, the appeal of acquiring a player like Young is undeniable. Known for his ability to control the tempo and distribute the ball with pinpoint accuracy, Young could bring a new level of creativity to Boston's offense. Coupled with their existing core of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the Celtics would have one of the most potent trios in the NBA, a combination capable of challenging any team in the league. But it's not just his scoring and passing that make him an attractive target for the Celtics. Young's ability to rise to the occasion in the playoffs, exemplified by his 2021 run to the Eastern Conference Finals, has given him a reputation as a performer on the big stage. The Celtics, who have fallen short in recent seasons, might see him as the final piece of the puzzle to help secure their first championship in over a decade. As the trade talks heat up, the question on everyone's mind is whether Boston can pull off a deal for the four-time NBA All-Star. The Celtics front office faces a delicate balancing act in determining how much they're willing to give up to land one of the league's brightest stars. One thing is for certain. If Trae Young does make his way to Beantown, the NBA will have to brace itself for the Celtics' new era of dominance. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.